Okay, so in today's video, we're going to go ahead and give you an update on our Operation Vanda pollination project. Now, you guys know here in the future, we are going to be doing a pollination project on our Vandas in which we are hoping to create some phenomenal hybrids. So I definitely wanted to give you guys an update on the Vandas and show you exactly what's going on with them now. And if you guys absolutely do not have an idea nor a clue on exactly what I'm talking about, well, it is time for you to get with the program. And you can do that by clicking on this link right here, and it'll take you to the video where we give you a step-by-step on what our intentions are with these Vandas. So let us take a look at our Mimi Palmer, and let's get a close look at that spike. Indeed, coming along so beautifully and so healthy, and you can see a nice amount of those very plump and precious buds. And I would say that in about 2 weeks, this will be ready to be pollinated. Yay! And up next, we do have our beautiful Ben Jasmine right here, and let's take a look at those nicely formed buds on its wonderful spike. There she goes. And in about 2 weeks, we will also be ready to pollinate these little fellas right here. Now, we do have some unfortunate news on this Vanda Lata Fragrance Nick, because unfortunately, the spike did fizzle out. This was an actual dud. So we will not be able to pollinate this one on this round, unfortunately. And this Vanda right here with its little baby cakeys is a Tessellata cross with a Memorial Lyle Swanson. And if we take a look at her wonderful and beautiful spikes right there that have so many precious buds, and they are just growing healthy, very beautiful, and I would say in about a week or two, these should be in bloom and ready to be pollinated. And this one right here was actually our surprise spiker. We didn't even know that this Cindy Banks Bill Choice was actually in spike because it was covered up and way in the back. But I have to tell you, this one right here is so full of surprises, because not only did it surprise us with one spike, but if we take a closer look, it actually has 2 spikes. So indeed, once this is all done and blooming, we will have a second spike to enjoy and possibly even propagate. Who knows? And taking a look at the first spike that we did know of, you are seeing that they are all on the verge of blooming. And I would say in about a week, they will be at their full potential to go ahead and pollinate. They will be ready to rock and roll. So now let's check up on our huge Tatsarai. And this is actually the mama, the one that we propagated with its baby, of course. And if you guys did not see that video, you can click right here and you can check out that propagation that we did on these two when they were still together as one. Now, checking on its spike right here, I'm a little bit concerned, because the spike has not grown an inch, not at all. So it actually seems that this spike right here might be stagnant and we might not get a bloom spike from her. But I am very happy to say that with the baby we have better news, and better than I even expected. Because if we take a look at her spike, we will see that there is good growth on that spike. So it is alive and well and progressing forward. And if we take a look at the other side, you will see that there indeed is a start of a new spike right in there. So indeed, this has the potential of double spiking for us, giving us double the pleasure of those beautiful blooms. Hip hip hooray! And last but never least is this Vanda that I did win at the auction. And as you can see, 2 nice babies right here and a huge Vanda. This is the Vanda Cindy Banks Bill's Choice again, but take a look at this, folks. It is in bloom and fully wide open, as you can see. Now, this particular bloom right here has been open for almost 2 weeks, so it is at its prime. You guys know it takes about a week or two for it to be at its fullest potential in the size of the bloom, the color of the bloom, perhaps even the pattern of the bloom, and the fragrance. So this particular bloom right here has gone through its growing process. And as you see it is as it will remain. This is at its greatest and fullest potential, therefore it is ready to be cross-pollinated. But the problem here, folks, is there is no other Vanda that's ready to be cross-pollinated with this one in particular. So what do we do now, folks? What do we do? And there were some of you guys that wanted to cross-pollinate this Cindy Banks right here with this Tatsuri right here. Now the only problem is this Tatsuri is not yet ready and is actually far from it. Because as you can see, this spike right here on the Tatsuri has not even begun to create its buds yet. So yeah, we still have quite a bit to go yet. Now since the timing is way off for these two right here, there is actually something we can do. And we can store the pollen until it is ready to be cross-pollinated with whatever orchid we choose. And here is an actual comment from a viewer and a friend by the name of Leonard Braslin, who actually does talk about storing the pollen. Just in case we cannot get our timing right in which we can pollinate at this time, we can actually store the pollen. So indeed, great suggestion, and that is something that we are definitely going to do. And just to answer your question, Leonard Braslin, because you did ask me if I did a pollination or propagation project on some Vanda seedlings about 3 years ago, and the answer is no, I did not. I actually did purchase some Vanda seedlings, but the hybridization and the pollination project was not done by me. Again, I just purchased those Vanda seedlings, and this will actually be my very first time in which I will be doing my own pollination and trying to create my very own hybrid. So indeed, this is a momentous occasion for me. So in our next video, we're actually going to be talking about different methods in which we can store our pollen for a later date. And I'll also be showing you exactly what method I have elected to use with this particular blossom right here. And we'll go through that process as well so you can see exactly how to do the storing process also. So you definitely want to stay tuned for more. And if you guys did not get in on the opportunity of assisting me to choose which Vandas should be cross-pollinated, please go to our initial video, which is the hybridizing adventure video, and definitely let me know which ones you would like to see cross-pollinated, because indeed I am going based upon your opinions as well. And together we are hoping that we will create some phenomenal Vanda hybrids. And since we are on the subject of Vanda pollination, I did want to show you this particular Vanda right here that actually created some Vanda pods. And as you can see, they have already opened. Take a look at that. If you guys have never seen what Vanda seeds look like, there you go, right there. And there's probably a million gazillion of them in there. They are so small, you might as well call them dust particles, because that is how tiny they are. But indeed, this is the end process of a fully pollinated blossom that has become a pod and now has its seeds ready to be dispersed. After that, continues our second phase of the adventure. I thank you guys so much for tuning in to yet another episode of My Orchid Adventures, and I hope you did learn something new from this video, and I hope you liked it. If you did, please be sure to like, share, and also subscribe. Also, join me on Facebook at My Orchid Adventures. And as you guys already know, I truly do love and appreciate you guys all. I will see you guys later, and I'll also grow with you guys later as well. Bye-bye for now. Mwah.